We'll call the meeting to order and have the roll call by the commission secretary.
Mr. Fiddler.
Here.
Mr. Overland.
Here.
Mr. Love. Mr. Burridge.
Here.
Mr. Huckabee.
Here.
Mr. Alexander.
Here.
Mr. Burgess.
Here.
Mr. Peterson.
The chair declares a quorum present to conduct business, and we'll have a motion for the approval of the minutes of the Transportation Commission meeting of September the 10th, 2018.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? If our machine will work, we'll try to vote. You got 3 seconds. Motion passes. Items 124 through 125 is the consent docket. If there's either of these items or sub-items that a commissioner would like to pull out separately and discuss, we will at this time and with unanimous consent. Otherwise, we'll hear a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Motion passes. Item 126 is the engineering contracts that Mr. Tiegler is going to present. We have several.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Item 126, I have 11 parts this month. Part A is statewide, on-demand general environmental services with EnviroClean Cardinal, Intercon Services Environmental Works, Freeze and Nichols, and Terracon Consultants. These 5 contracts are $1 million, $200,000 each. Part B, statewide as well. This is our on-demand NESHAP investigation and analysis services with Intercon Services, Environmental Hazard Control Lab, and Terracon Consultants. These 3 contracts are $600,000 or $200,000 each. Part C, statewide as well. This is our on-demand bridge rehabilitation 8-year construction work plan contract with CP&Y, MacArthur Associated Consultants, Neo Design, and Tetra Tech for $1 million, $250,000 each. Part D is our statewide on-demand project reconnaissance data collection contract with Able Consulting, CP&Y, EST, Gonzalez de la Garza and Associates, H.W. Lochner, Poe and Associates, Professional Engineering Consultants, and the Schemmer Associates for a total of $2 million, about $250,000 each. Part E is statewide on-demand shop drawing review. This is with AIA Engineers and MKEC Engineering. These 2 contracts are for $1 million, $500,000 each. Part F, statewide contract as well. It's our on-demand aerial photography with Quantum Spatial for $100,000. Part G, Seminole County, District 3. This is for US 270, State Highway 59 overpass. This is with CP&Y for $401,850. Part H, Custer County. This is our I-40 and bridges are over US 183 or over I-40 on 183. This is with MacArthur Associated Consultants for $495,485. Woods County in Division 6. This is 281, extending north 1.45 miles with MKEC Engineering for $510,670. Part J in Ottawa County in Division 8. This is our engineering and construction plan for the intersection of State Highway 69A and State Highway 10 in Miami. This is with Poe and Associates for $305,879.25. And K, Rogers County in Division 8. This is our engineering construction plans for State Highway 66 with Tetra Tech for $867,500. And I'll answer any questions if you have any. These are in our 8-year construction work plan, by the way. So
You have item 126, item A through K that's been presented by Mr. Tiegler. What's your pleasure?
Motion approved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Tiegler. Would you continue on with item 127, number A through D?
Okay, thank you. Part A is our statewide contract. This is our on-demand bridge geotechnical services with EST, Kleinfelder, Professional Services Industries and Terracon Consultants for $600,000, or about $150,000 each. Statewide, Part B contract is our Site Adaptation Engineering and Architectural Services with CEC Corporation for $1,500,000. Part C, Grady County in Division 7. This is the plans for US 81 realignment it's about 8.63 miles from the south end of US 81 junction up to the north end. It's on the west side of Chickasha. This is with Triad Design Group for $6,374,000. And finally, Part D in Tulsa County, Division 8. This is our engineering services for final construction plans for I-44 over 33rd West Avenue with Olson Associates for $51,200. Try to answer any questions if you have any, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Tigler. You've heard item 127A through D. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please vote. Item 127 passes. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Tigler. Mr. Leonard is going to come up and present change orders now. Item 128 is change orders with a cumulative total of $75,000 less. As an informational item, if you have some questions, he'd be happy to talk about them now. We discussed both items, 128 and 129, in a subcommittee meeting this morning. And we report that we are in support of the recommendation on the informational only items. Do you have any questions on 128? Hearing none, we'll move to item 129. Mr. Leonard.
Chairman, Commissioners, I'd like to present item 129, parts A through II. These are the change orders on projects that have a cumulative total of change orders in excess of $75,000. Your approval is recommended, and I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Heard the presentation.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion.
Second.
Have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Leonard. Ms. Helms will present the lettings, item 130, A and B, the January and February tentative bid openings for 2019.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Agenda item 130 has two parts. Part A is the tentative January 2019 bid opening, and Part B is the tentative February 2019 bid opening. The department recommends and requests approval of this item.
Both items have been presented. What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion?
Second.
Have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Helms. We're ready to hear item 139A through H.
Okay. Agenda item 131 is a revision to fiscal year 2019 budget. Part A is an increase in the federal share of capital outlays for the carryover of federal earmarked revenue in a total amount of $184.8 million. Part B is an increase to the asset preservation program in the amount of $18.5 million. It's a carryover of prior year funding. Part C is a increase to the routine highway maintenance program in the amount of $22.9 million. It also is a carryover of fiscal year 18 state funding. Part D is an increase to the building replacement program in the amount of $5.5 million, and it is a reprogramming of the prior year Pittsburgh County Yard. And Part E is an increase to the curb program in the amount of 9.1, and it is a carryover of curb funds as a result of canceling encumbrances. Part F is an increase to the county equipment program in the amount of $750,000. It is a difference between a revenue estimate and a revenue actual, and partially a carryover. Part G is an increase to the rural public transit program in the amount of $3.9 million, and it is a carryover from the prior year, primarily due to a bus grant. Part H is an increase to the rail projects program in the amount of $1.8 million, and it's a carryover of the remnant of Sooner sub-sale proceeds. The department requests and recommends approval of this item.
Congratulations on the transit grant for all those areas that got money to replace buses and facilities and so forth. Great deal. You've heard item 131.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion.
Second.
Have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Helms.
Thank you.
Mr. Dales is going to present the awards for the September 20th, 2018 letting.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Item 132 is our recommendations from the September 20th bid opening. It is recommended that the following items from that bid opening referred to by call order be awarded. It's call order 710, 712, 715, 725 with the add alternate, 730, 735, 750, 760, 765, 770, 772, 775, 780, 782, 785, 805, 820, 822, 825, 830, 835, 840, 855, 865, and 895. It is recommended that the following item from the September 20th bid opening referred to by call order be rejected, and that's call order 810. And lastly, it is recommended that the decision regarding either award or rejection for the following item from that bid opening referred to by call order be deferred in accordance with State Statute 61, subsection 111, for a period not to exceed 90 days, and that's call order 851. Be happy to take any questions you might have.
The subcommittee has looked at these and has no difference in recommendations from Mr. Dales and the staff here. We'll hear a motion on item 132.
Motion approved.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Dales.
Thank you.
Mr. Patterson, we're ready for your report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Welcome to the new federal fiscal year, October 1st. It's ironic we have a commission meeting on October 1st, and I don't know where the year went. Surely don't know where September went. But with October 1st, we would expect to have seen a new budget at the federal level, but the new normal is continuing resolutions. So you saw President Trump signed a bill last week to get the federal government to December 7th. So that means that we will have a continuing resolution till December 7th. So what that means to us is we will begin to fund those future lettings as we can with the money that's available. Certainly our state funds are available to us, but our federal funds will, this first increment, we would hope, as we always hope, that there'll be one continuing resolution, they'll sign the budget, we'll get on down the road, but that's not what we've seen the past 3 years, certainly, that the budget doesn't get signed until the spring. So we just do these incremental move-alongs. So it does affect our lettings going forward. So we'll be able to fund what we can, and we'll have to delay some projects, I'm sure, because of this. But that's where we find ourselves, the new normal. Mr. Chairman, thank you for mentioning the new grant that we got for transit, $4.28 million, involving 53 different transit agencies around the state, 53 counties, 14 different transit agencies around the state. 2 of those agencies are using their money for facilities to make the experience inside their facilities better. The other 51 are going to use them to buy additional and replacement vehicles. Much needed funding for those rural transit organizations. You know, they provide a method, a way for people to get around. So not everybody wants to drive, and some people just can't drive. And so being able to have this kind of additional money come to our Oklahoma rural transit operators is huge. And so it'll just provide that much more mobility for the rural areas. This Wednesday, we're going to have a ribbon cutting on a county bridge. It's kind of one of those county bridges that it's kind of a landmark for us. It's here in Oklahoma County. It's out on MacArthur, just south of the Deer Creek schools. But it's one of those bridges that, if for not the CIRB program that's administered by this agency and approved by you, that bridge probably may never have been built, just because of the sheer size of it. For Oklahoma County to save their money, to get that kind of money together, would have taken years. But the CIRB program is working as intended for the very reason it was put together in 2005, to build the bridges that counties can't build themselves. So on Wednesday, Governor Fallon, Commissioner Ray Vaughn here in Oklahoma County and I are going to cut the ribbon on that dude and get it opened up. It's an area that is very prone to flooding south of the Deer Creek School, so it cuts off access. But with that new bridge, it's going to change that whole environment. So we're excited about that. I mentioned that for the obvious reasons, but you may recall Commissioner Vaughn was here the day you awarded that contract. He's just so excited about this improvement that wanted to have a special ribbon cutting, so we're going to do that. And the last thing I'll mention to you, since we last met, and I mentioned to you at the last meeting, our Driving Oklahoma, our connected, autonomous vehicle task force working group. We've been meeting every month, and it, just to remind you, involves industry, companies that are in transportation, involves the Trucking Association, AAA, universities, cities, counties, municipal planning organizations, state agencies, as we look to the future on what to expect and what we need to change, that we're ready for whatever's coming in that arena. That would be state statutes, municipal ordinances, and the like. So we've been meeting, and since we were last together, the Buy for Less Grocery Group has announced that they're bringing autonomous grocery delivery to the Oklahoma City area out of their Buy for Less stores and their affiliated stores like Uptown Grocery. So UDelv is the company that they're partnering with, and so it's a smaller van that ultimately in 2 or 3 years will be driving autonomously, but they know and they recognize that they're going to have to prove to the state, the city, and the public that this is a safe way to deliver groceries. So they're going to start off with bringing in the vehicles, mapping out where they're going to go. They're going to do their own mapping around a regional area around their stores. And so they will begin with, of course, a driver in the cab while it's driving autonomous. That will be at least a year away before we'd see that. And then ultimately they believe that they can have it fully autonomous. One of the things that came out, and one of the questions that I was asked during that press conference was, well, will you allow them to drive if it's not safer? And the answer is no. Obviously no. They will have to prove to the cities that they're involved in and the state of Oklahoma that it is a safe method of delivering groceries. So we're looking forward to that. We're excited about that. We now entered an arena that California, Michigan, Pennsylvania have been involved in Texas as well, where they have people coming to their states wanting to introduce this type of vehicle delivery, be it people or groceries. So we're extremely excited that we have, in our own little way, paved the way for this to happen. Mr. Chairman, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions of the Director Secretary? Thank you.
Thank you.
Would hear a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We got a second. Please vote. Thank you, we're adjourned.